It's Mike here from Potter Rare Books, and we're looking to do another question and answer session. This time we're going to be answering your questions on collecting Harry Potter books. So the first question is, why should I collect Harry Potter first editions? Now, specifically if we're talking about first printings of the first edition, rare and signed Harry Potter books are now seen as significant investments. Over the years we've seen prices dramatically increase, and with Harry Potter as the brand that it is, we don't see that slowing down anytime soon. Okay, question 2 is, what are the different Harry Potter book editions worth collecting? So this question all depends on your budget. Now my advice would be to collect what you like. However, I would concentrate on first printings. Now that doesn't necessarily mean that you need to get the UK first book in its first printing, because even in paperback it is quite expensive. But you could look at the UK Chamber of Secrets or UK Prisoner of Azkaban first printings for a more budget-friendly option. Alternatively, if that's still a little bit expensive, you could go to the US editions. So the first book, The Sorcerer's Stone in the US edition first printing, again, is reasonably expensive, but the later editions are much more readily available and easy to collect. Same with the UK books 4 to 7. If you've not got a huge budget, then they are a great starting point. After that, I would look to get into signed later printings. Anything signed by J.K. Rowling these days is worth money. Just be very careful and make sure you get the signature verified and authenticated. Question 3. Are Harry Potter translations collectible? Now the answer to this is yes. There are many collectors that collect translations specifically of book 1. Some translation collectors collect all 7 books, but that is a huge commitment. With over 100 translations in just book 1 alone, there are some extremely rare and valuable books. The most notable and well known is probably the Italian edition. Its first printing shows Harry on the front cover not wearing glasses and is an extremely rare and valuable book. Later printings of the Italian book are not rare and not valuable. There are other translations that only had very small print runs, such as the Astorian copy or the Greenlandic copy. These 2 books are extremely rare and extremely valuable in any print run. Question 4 is, which Harry Potter books are the most popular among collectors? Now this all depends on where you're from and your budget. I would say that the US American collectors generally favour the US books because they are the books they grew up with as children. However, most collectors prefer the UK editions because the UK editions are the first editions to be printed. Books 1 to 3, their first printings are the most collectible. Books 4 to 7 in their first printings are not valuable unless signed. Now if you've got a much larger budget, popular books are the UK proof copies. Now these are extremely rare but extremely sought after and very expensive for top tier collectors. Now the final question is, what is the difference between the UK and US Harry Potter editions? Now there is a huge difference. So the US books were published by Scholastic and the UK books were published by Bloomsbury. Now the US books are a little bit larger in size and have unique cover art over all 7 books by Mary Grandpré. The UK books have cover art on the first book by Thomas Taylor, then by Cliff Wright for the second and third book, then by Giles Bloomfield for book 4, and then Jason Cockcroft for books 5, 6 and 7. If you'd like to see the differences in more detail between the UK and US editions, you can go to our website potterrarebooks.com. You can click on the UK editions tab, that will take you to all of our UK books, and if you click on the US tab, that will take you to all of our US books. That's it for our question and answer session today. Hope to see you in the next video.